Today, I am reviewing the KTC 24.5-inch 400Hz gaming monitor. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. The Fast IPS panel is a big reason this monitor works as well as it does. Unlike older IPS panels that sacrifice speed for color, this one manages to deliver extremely fast response times while still keeping colors consistent and viewing angles wide. Even when you're not sitting perfectly centered, the image doesn't wash out or shift noticeably. For competitive gaming, that consistency matters more than people think, especially during long sessions where posture changes naturally over time. The full HD resolution at 24.5 inches also feels intentional rather than outdated. At this size, 1080p looks sharp, keeps GPU load reasonable, and allows you to actually hit extremely high frame rates where a 400Hz panel makes sense. Where this monitor truly separates itself is in motion handling. At 400Hz over DisplayPort, everything from fast camera pans to rapid flick shots feels almost analog in its fluidity. Input latency feels incredibly low, not because of a single spec, but because the entire chain from refresh rate to response time is clearly optimized. In esports titles like shooters or racing games, the difference is tangible. Tracking moving targets becomes easier, micro-adjustments feel more precise, and visual blur is reduced to the point where your reaction time feels limited by you rather than the display. Color performance is better than expected for a monitor, so clearly tuned for speed. With HDR 400 support and a wide color gamut covering well beyond standard sRGB, visuals have more punch than typical competitive monitors. Bright scenes look lively without being harsh, and darker scenes retain detail instead of collapsing into gray or black smears. While this isn't a true high-end HDR experience, it still adds depth and vibrancy to games and media, making the monitor feel more versatile than a pure esports panel. Brightness levels are strong enough to handle well-lit rooms comfortably, and the anti-glare coating does a good job without making the image look grainy. Whether you're gaming, watching videos, or even doing light creative work, the display holds up surprisingly well. Text clarity is solid, colors are clean, and prolonged use doesn't feel fatiguing, which is important for anyone who spends hours in front of a screen. Connectivity is another practical strength. Having two DisplayPort and two HDMI ports makes switching between multiple systems effortless. You can run a high-end gaming PC at full 400Hz over DisplayPort while keeping a console or secondary machine connected via HDMI without constantly unplugging cables. The support for both FreeSync and G-Sync compatibility also means smooth, tear-free gaming across a wide range of GPUs, which adds flexibility and future-proofing. Ergonomics are simple but effective. The tilt adjustment covers the angles most people actually need, and the stand feels stable without taking up unnecessary desk space. For those who prefer custom setups, VISA mounting support is there, making it easy to integrate this monitor into multi-display arms or minimalist desk arrangements. It feels designed for real desks and real users, not just showroom displays. After extended daily use, what stands out most about this monitor is how focused it is. It knows exactly who it's for and delivers accordingly. It doesn't try to be a do-it-all 4K productivity display or a cinematic HDR showcase. Instead, it commits fully to speed, responsiveness, and consistency, while still offering respectable color and brightness. If you're a competitive gamer, an aspiring esports player, or someone who simply values ultra-smooth motion above everything else, this monitor feels like a serious upgrade rather than a side grade. The KTC H25X7 ends up feeling like a monitor that prioritizes experience over spec sheet bragging. The 400Hz refresh rate isn't just a number you forget after a week. It actively shapes how games feel and how confident your inputs become. For the right user, this is the kind of display that quietly improves performance and enjoyment every single day, and that makes it a standout product from KTC.